Hello and welcome to Newsmax TV. I'm John Bachman, and I'm honored to be sitting here with Senator John McCain from Arizona here at the Republican National Convention. Honor talking to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so I saw that you wrote that you said you feel a sense of nostalgia being here. Talk to us about what you're going to tell the American people as you get out on the stage and talk about Mitt Romney.
Well, tonight I'm going to talk about Mitt Romney and how we trust him to lead this nation in very difficult times. How this country has gone astray to a degree that we're no longer respected and admired around the world as we were some years ago, and that we're going to have to go on a different path, and that path can be charted by Mitt Romney.
You're the only person who has experience running against Barack Obama in the presidential race. What type of advice are you giving the Romney campaign on how to go after Obama the best way?
Well, since I lost, my advice isn't worth very much. I think that the important thing, obviously, is jobs in the economy and leadership. And I can remember in the 2008 campaign, it was all about hope and change. Now, in the 2012 campaign, Barack Obama won't mention his record. We've got to focus on his record, and if that record warrants another term as President of the United States. And this is an important and, Mitt Romney has a plan to get our economy going again.
You and Senator Graham have been out front criticizing President Obama for his foreign policy activities, the way he's handled the Defense Department. We haven't heard much here from Mitt Romney about his plans for the Defense Department's foreign policy. Is it a mistake to avoid talking about President Obama's handling of foreign policy by Romney?
No, I don't think so, but I think that Mitt recognizes that it's jobs in the economy. But I think that world leadership is a very important issue, and it does affect our economy, what goes on in the world. For example, suppose that the situation arises where Israel attacks Iran over the nuclear weapons issue. That is bound to have an effect on the United States of America. But one thing I know about Mitt Romney is he has the right instincts and the right ideas about American exceptionalism. This president, Barack Obama, bragged about leading from behind. Mitt Romney believes in leading from in front.
So by taking a strong stance on how to save the economy, he's actually, in effect, talking about foreign policy.
It is, but also Mitt Romney has made it very clear that he understands the existential threat to Israel that Iran poses, the threat of radical Islamic extremism, that for us to cut another $500 billion out of the defense budget would be catastrophic, while President Obama sits idly by. So there are some very important issues that Mitt Romney has taken an important stand on.
Into Iran, do you believe that if Israel is forced to attack Iran to prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon, do you believe that President Obama will stand with Israel and help them out if that happens?
I don't know that, and unfortunately I don't think the Israelis do either.
Is that even just as dangerous as if
I think it's very dangerous. I think it encourages the Iranians if they believe there won't be a response to what the president has said is unacceptable. It seems to me the president has spent more of his time trying to convince Israel not to attack Iran than assuring Iran that they will pay a very heavy price if they continue to develop nuclear weapons. The president has said it's unacceptable.
And about Syria, President Obama has said it's not possible to do a no-fly zone. I know you've come out in support of that. What are the most dire consequences of President Obama's inaction on Syria?
President Obama is ignoring 20,000 being massacred, tortured, raped, is, in my view, an unacceptable abrogation of everything America stands for and believe in. We could be supplying arms to those people who are in an unfair fight. Bashar Assad is getting Iranian arms, troops, Russian arms and equipment. Hezbollah even is back in Syria killing and massacring people. The president doesn't even speak up for the people of Syria. Much less aid them. When's the last time you heard the President of the United States say, this is a terrible thing that's being perpetrated on the people of Syria? And we need to help them. We need a no-fly zone, which, by the way, the socialist president of France has advocated that we establish a no-fly zone.
I want to ask you about this new book called No Easy Day that's set to come out very soon about the bin Laden raid, with the SEAL writing this book who was there on the raid. The AP reported that some Navy SEALs were upset about the way President Obama had handled this, the way Vice President Biden had handled this. Are those fair criticisms?
Well, first of all, I've had the honor of knowing a lot of genuine heroes in my time. Those heroes always give the credit to somebody else. They don't take it themselves. The initial information out of the White House that turned out to be false, more leaks of information which literally put the lives of the members of SEAL Team 6 who were identified in danger, more leaks on a variety of issues, is really unconscionable in my view. It is unacceptable to put the men and women who are serving this country's lives in danger because you have leaks that come out of the White House which are designed to burnish the image of the President of the United States.
And last question for you. In 2010, you opposed President Obama's New START treaty to reduce the nuclear arsenal. Recently, you criticized its lack of verification and other issues. The Obama administration has been suggesting even further and unilateral reductions to our nuclear arsenal. Is this a wise idea?
Well, I think one of the things that should concern most Americans is the unintended eavesdropping of the conversation between President Obama and then President Medvedev, saying, tell Vladimir, after I'm reelected, I will be more flexible. What does that mean? Does that mean that he's going to be even more accommodating to the Russians on the issue of missile defense? Does that mean we're not going to help our European allies by establishing a missile defense system? I think it should give Americans pause when, and by the way, it's Vladimir that is vetoing the resolutions in the UN Security Council concerning Syria, so we can't act because America's given over our authority to the UN and Russia and China. And it is Russia that says if we build defensive weapon systems, they will opt out of the treaty, and one of their military leaders said that they would have a military response. It's the same Russia that continues to oppress.
By making those comments that you brought up when President Obama was talking to Medvedev, do you think that weakens his negotiating stance even more with Putin?
Well, I don't know what it does to his negotiating stance, but I know that an old KGB apparatchik like Vladimir Putin must believe that it's a sign that he's going to get more concessions from the President of the United States. How could he draw any other conclusion?
Clearly a sign of weakness. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, Senator John McCain, thanks so much for
having
joining
me on
us.
Newsmax.
And thanks for joining us at Newsmax TV.